What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the sixth and final episode of the Nuttcast for this season, covering Interspecies reviewers. I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce my guests here before the episode, because once we got started recording, there wasn't really an opportunity to do so. So, of course, I am your host, Colonel Panic, and with me on this episode, I have Bacon and Becker from the Our Anime podcast. You might know them from their Hentai episodes. And Bacon does some other stuff on the side. manime.tv, their YouTube channel, and he does another podcast called Bacon Bits. So check that shit out. Okay, enjoy the episode.
Poggers! Settle!
We in there, chat.
Poog, dude!
Why did I say chat?
No one says
I'm
poog
not even that
except
used to
for me.
streaming.
Wait, why
I'm
do you say
the only
poog?
person... I learned that Panic says poog, though.
I'll say it any which way, but I like poogs.
I like poogers!
Poogers.
That sounds awful.
It's really
That should
funny.
be. We should make a version of the pensive ass, but it's with the poggers. That's poogers.
Oh my god, why?
I want a pensive pogger.
Pensive. A pensive poggers. I don't think you can do that.
Holy
Why?
shit, I want...
Oh man.
Pensive cowboy is my favorite, like, emoji of all time. Not even because I wear cowboy hats, but I'm just like, look at that sad cowboy. That's
It's just
me.
such a mood.
I resonate with...
A
Like, pensive is just such a mood. Like, I'm always just... like,
sad
damn.
cowboy is a huge mood. Because they're
Wait,
always
have you seen
sad.
the picture of, like, where the cowboy's, like, it's cock and ball torture, but without the cock and balls?
That's a
I think
pensive
it's
ass
pinned.
cowboy right
I
there.
want to say it's pinned and you talk, you lose. I want to say it's pinned because it's really fucking funny.
Yeah, I think it got pinned first time it was posted.
Yes.
But cowboys just makes me think of that shirtless, let me hear your yee! Yee, yep!
Honestly, I think my favorite cowboy meme is you V'd your last haw.
You yee,
Oh,
They
why?
always say yee-haw, but they never ask ha-yee.
You're stupid. Ooh,
Why
that's
are-
horrible.
Why are cowboys just the greatest? I just watched a cowboy
Cowboys
movie
an
yesterday.
aesthetic. That is a fun aesthetic. I love that aesthetic.
With Mads
Goddamn,
Mikkelsen
it's high,
in a cowboy
dude.
movie. Who'd have thunk it?
Thunk.
You know, if this pandemic kills a lot of people, we might have to go back to being cowboys in the West.
I'm not.
And like,
I am not 100% against that.
right.
You guys get to go
Jesus.
back to being cowboys. We have
I
to
just
go
want
back
an
to
excuse
being...
to wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
that's literally it.
And we
I can't picture a cowboy hat with a shotgun. Like a fully automatic shotgun. Like that doesn't
Get
make
one of
sense.
those Doom shotguns.
No, there was one of those SWAT shotguns that can turn around corners and have a little camera on them.
Oh my
Super
god.
high-tech
Most
shit.
tactical cowboys ever.
Tactical
Like, quick draw-
cow.
Oh my
Like,
god, a
bunch
Kevlar
of
cowboy
overweight
hat.
Tactical part.
Oh my dude. Wait, we're talking Fallout at this point. I love
We
Fallout.
really are. That's like the,
Oh, dude, we
the
are
New
gonna live
Vegas
in a
Ranger
Fallout
outfit.
after this.
Dude,
Fuck.
it might happen. So that's the thing. If we live in, so to kind of like push it towards interspecies reviewers, if we are in a Fallout, are there still gonna be like brothels and stuff like that? Because everyone's gonna
Oh,
be pretty
absolutely.
stressed out.
There are
think
brothels
so.
in Fallout.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with brothels, right? Here's the thing with sex work. It has always existed, and in some way, shape, or form, it will always exist.
There's
right?
no
Like,
way
that's
it'll
just-
ever go away. Yeah.
That it's like
This is true.
It's like making it illegal does not make it go away. It makes it worse, actually.
It makes it so they
really
can't pay
unregulated.
taxes.
Prohibition.
It's just like
I mean,
drugs.
that's how
Yeah, look at Prohibition. Look at like the drug war. It's made everything worse. Actually, this
the
is like
war on drugs. The winner is drugs.
The winner is
the winner
drugs.
is yeah no.
Yeah.
Well, but that's the thing. Like you're right about is that how if it was like legalized, it'd be a lot more controlled.
Yeah. I mean, it's legal here.
This is literally
think.
one of the things I wanted to talk about for H6 is like sex work industry. Like we've been kind of like avoiding that for a long time. However, I thought it would be kind of nice to get like keep it real, if you will, talk about the real side of like sex and the sex industry, and that covers porn. Porn is under the sex work industry, obviously.
Right.
All that stuff.
Well, I
it's a
personally think
weird,
that
it's a weird legal world there. There's a lot of things you can't do, but there are things you can do that are very similar to other things. It's hard to explain, but it's something I wanted to keep say for H6. I hope this isn't included in the Nuttcast.
Wait, what?
I would. Now that you mentioned brothels, we should talk about interspecies reviewers, right?
Yeah, I'm only. Wait, so when did this stop airing? Because I just watched 4 episodes like last.
It just stopped airing today.
To die.
Today. Oh, okay. My apologies for not being up to date. But the thing is, so far, I think the show does give a really fun perspective on like isekais in general, because we've seen it all.
This isn't an isekai.
Hey, yeah,
I don't think it's an isekai. It's just
okay,
a fantasy setting.
You're right. Sorry. Because what I meant is like, okay, this whole fantasy setting, you've seen it before. Monsters, magic, all that stuff. We've seen this a million times.
I haven't seen one this horny though. Like
exactly. So now it's like answering the question that's kind of like probably on our minds is, hey, so if these guys are adventurers making gold, silver, and stuff like that, like, what do they do for stress relief? You know, like
they go on these adventures.
To have
they
sex.
Use magic. They retrieve artifacts. What do they do in their downtime?
Right, and then like this is what it is. Like, all right, here you go. Like, if you horny people
fuck in fantasy worlds? Yes, and what do they fuck?
Everything.
Big
elves,
titty girls. Lots of big titties.
They fuck the slimes, elves, humans, bears, birds, anything.
The cows.
Yeah, minotaurs. Speaking of the hentai episodes.
Oh no!
But these are minotaur girls.
Dude, episode 3 though, man, it showed quite a bit. Like
episode 3 is the one dildo. Where they go gender bend.
Yes, and they showed the actual like vibrator going inside the halfling,
and I was like, explicit. Yo. Yes.
I was like, wow, no wonder I just got pulled from Funny, you non-backbone people. But the thing is, it's like this is kind of like a really, really. This is the bridge between ecchi to hentai, and I like that because I do want an anime that kind of really does play both sides of the whole, like, you know, don't ignore the burning question in my head of, okay, yeah, this is a fantasy world, yeah, this is an isekai. Do not ignore the fact that there's some big tittied elves over there that are not making cash on the side. I know they are. Mm-hmm. So I think it'd be, because, you know, we have like Konosuba and all that stuff, like with all the jiggle physics that are in there, you can't look at me in the eye and say, yeah, no sex exists in this world.
No, that's a bunch of Konosuba kind of touches on it, which is, I mean,
yeah, the succubus.
Perfect show, right? Like, what do the guys do? Yeah. They have a lot of sexual frustration. They can't fuck their party members all the time. What do? They have a succubus sex shop where they go have porn dreams. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'm about that. So I say, like, I hope we're on that cusp of having an anime series that is able to be the perfect formula of those two. I'm not saying I want a show that's exactly like Interspecies at this point. I'm talking about how let's have a show with good action, good story, really fleshed out characters, and then, you know, on the
titty.
Good.
Yeah, and on the side, it's like, okay, big battle happens. Next scene, they're just at like a hot spring, getting ready to go through a catalog of, oh man, I wonder what girl I want.
Yeah.
You know, should show a little bit of the bed shaking and be like, all right, guys, let's discuss our next mission. Literally, that's how much I want. Just show me something realistic, because there's no way Kazuma is going through all this stress and not
being horny as fuck. No, so they cover it, and he gets succubus dreams. But then you think about a show like Re:Zero.
Yeah,
he's got to be jerking off all the time.
Yeah, and like,
oh, I love Amelia.
Oh, Amelia. Oh.
Like, there has to be like a succubus that's able to give him dreams of Amelia.
So then, he dies. It goes back, and he has the same wank, but it's sadder because he just died. It gets sadder every time.
Have you guys ever actually had a sad wank?
Really
well, we talked about this on H5.
Oh my god!
We did.
I was duped into lolly porn.
Ooh,
Nani?
Well, because the premise was a ghost girl who got older every time you fucked her, and then at some point she went over the top and came back and became a young girl. It's like, no.
Why?
Why would you do this? She just became a hot onesan and now she's a lolly. No, what the fuck?
I think the thing I love most about Interspecies reviewers is that no one gets left out.
Right.
I think that's the greatest thing about it. I love is you got the halflings that look like lollies, and I'm like, oh yeah, we can't say much about those. Then you got like all the animals, and then you got the Cyclops. I'm just like, all right, I'm into Tarangalila from Futurama. Keep going.
You say
you got the slimes.
You say
no one gets left behind.
You say they have all the animals. I would be remiss not to complain that there's been no insectoid girls.
Oh, is this confirmed after the season's now done?
Yes, the season is done. There was no spiders.
That is rough. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
They have all these other weird-ass, super specific fetishes, and then no insects. It's like, what? Come the fuck on. Like, the hyena gets to be in 3 scenes. 2 is.
Oh, dude, that hyena.
That hyena, though, she's...
Like, I would...
She's pretty
I would
base.
take a swing at that. Yeah, I'll take a swing. Like, would I go to that cross-gender shop and, like, turn to a girl? I'm like, oh, yeah, let's see what happens, you know? Because I think in this setting, though, like, because I know everyone's self-inserting, but in this setting of Interspecies, it's like, there's so much out there now in those little brothels. It is almost just like, for lack of a better comparison, like fast food. Like, it's like, I've been there before. Yeah, have it your way. I've been there before. Yo, dude, Becker, do you want to check out that like the fairy place was a big eye opener for me.
That's big poggers. I love that episode.
Yeah, so the thing that I was first thinking about because it was like reading my mind when they were like, hey, you want to check out the fairy shop? And automatically I'm like, wait, interesting. I see it, but are they going to transform to be bigger so then they could like accommodate you? And they're like, nah, dude, you're too hung for this place. And I'm just like, cool, man. Us Asians are on the map for that place. That's our place. Cool.
You can get the you can pick between these 22 because your dick is this big.
And I wasn't surprised that Krim was
of course Krim is just hung like a horse.
I was not surprised that they pulled that trope. I was like, in my mind, I was like, but I think Krim's a grower. I knew it.
But it's funny because you see his bulge and it is not impressive.
Yeah, I think it'd be super funny if they actually did make it impressive through the spats. Like,
it's just a massive, like a third leg hanging down.
Is that a quad muscle? No. Ah!
Holy shit!
Oh my god. But I wasn't surprised that was the case for Krim. I was like, oh yeah, dude. It's always the Shotas that are like, dude, forearm.
But just to be clear, you have seen the first 4?
I've seen the first 4.
And
the one
not
about
the 2
I just
last.
watched one about the lava. There's 2 last. Yes, I apologize, but spoil it for me because I really don't care. Because it's not like a series like Attack on Titan where it's like, oh no, you spoiled.
Wait, what are you talking about? Of course, that's what it's like. No.
Oh my god, they nut. What the fuck?
They nutted.
How dare you? I challenge you to
fisticuffs. Oh my god, there was bare titty in one episode.
So first 4 episodes, that is...
episode.
What? The first 4 episodes are elves, humans, minotaurs, fairies.
Dude, those succubus girls that...
Oh, and the little shits, yeah, Lilims.
So, like... I thought that was super dang when they brought in all those like pig orcs. Like, yeah, I got 100 of my
We have
buddies.
100 orcs.
Yeah, I was like, dude. And we all know their stamina is top notch. They're gonna outdo anyone.
Right. So they were literally there to save the lives of the main cast, who are about to get fucked to death.
Yeah, and I like that aspect because it's just like, all right, so if you're not into being like having solo time and you want to have a big orgy with your friends,
right,
here you go. You go to this place, but fair warning, you're not going to survive.
Yeah, they're super cheap, and you get to leave when they're done. And they're never done.
When have they done?
So,
all right, do you want to sign the
Becker,
waivers?
Just for context, these are like the first episode of the 2 you saw, episode 11, starts with that dragon guy with the long hair. Remember?
A little bit.
No, Becker.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me.
Was he in episode 2 or not 2? But I've only seen 11 and 12.
11 and 12. 11 starts with this super beautiful long haired guy with dragon horns.
It starts with the simp guy who's like actually an asshole.
Super simp guy, yes, who is an incubus. So it all starts with him being shown to fuck
I love
these...
the song "Drive" by Incubus.
Incubus, is it Megalomania? That's a great song. It's an okay song. I haven't listened to it in 100 years.
No, there was the guy. What was his name? fuck. I don't remember his name, but he was like all women are queens.
Oh
and
yeah,
they're
I don't know if
like,
I forgot his name, but
he literally
his
gets
whole gag
backstabbed,
is
and
that
it's
he's
fucking hilarious.
he is an incubus, so he's amazing at sex. He could change the size of his dick.
He calls it his organ, which I thought was funny. It's like
My
he
organ.
calls it their organ. I
Organ.
can change the size of my
But
organ.
yeah, the
so
first
I can
thing we
fuck the
see him
really
do
small girls too.
is solo clear
God.
that entire room of limbs. He fucks them till they can't move, which
It's
we
like,
know
oh,
is
dude, look at
impressive.
this
Because 30,
That's impressive.
because after 30 minutes with 3 guys, they're not done yet. So how long was he in there? Just completed.
And they
think
don't
at
stop
that point-
coming.
At that point, it's a waste of time, man. It's like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, it's a weird
Like,
flex, but
there's
okay.
more. There's more to my day than that 10 minutes in my room. Okay, so it's like I got other stuff to do.
Yeah, but
that
this
sounds
guy
great. That
is
sounds fun
out
for a
here
weekend.
simping hard because he is shown to give every girl he reviews.
He gives every girl a
10.
10. It's like,
Everybody
all
gets a
women
10.
are queens.
Oh,
Because
man,
all
this guy,
women
I mean,
are
come on.
queens.
Like,
And then
I
it
get
turns out that he's
mentality.
like actually an asshole because he doesn't pay the girls, and it's like, come on, dude. it's
brutal.
gay.
What?
And then he literally gets stabbed in the back.
Doesn't
and
he
I'm like,
pay? What do you mean he doesn't pay them?
Well, I thought he didn't. I thought he didn't pay one of the girls. That's why she stabbed him, right?
No, he ran off with her
Oh.
money to cheat on her.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's
Still
So
still
he
shitty.
shitty.
spent that money on horse. And she was like a cute ogre girl too, in like a caveman outfit and everything, just like the one from Reincarnated as a Slime.
Mm-hmm.
So my
That
question
show I
right
have
now
not seen,
is,
so I wouldn't know that.
crap. I keep putting that off.
That's
I keep putting you off, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just go die in this virus. I'm sorry.
get the Rone.
Let me just die by showing up to work every day.
Dude, I know. Dude, so the thing is that I also like about Interspecies reviewers is like it just I feel like this almost is gonna start setting the standard now for future shows that want to do a fantasy or isekai
Yes.
in terms of how these girls are gonna conduct themselves, kind of deal. Because now like they're basically just being like, okay, here's the great thing about slime girls, man. They're very gentle. So I'm just hoping that
And
like
they
if I
can-
see
yeah.
another
And they can shape
There's
change
another
to
anime.
accommodate whatever you need. And
yeah. I mean that's like who's that slime? What's that slime girl's name from Monsters?
Sue.
Sue. Yeah.
My man
So
Becker
it's-
got the name.
Right? No, I mean I would know because like that's my favorite girl. That's like yes.
I always
like her too.
I always
I like her too.
refer to her as the coward's choice.
What?
The coward.
Exactly because
You
she
wanna
can
throw
be whatever you
hands,
want.
my dude. Like
Gentlemen,
that's,
please
That's
don't.
the great part. I'm like sometimes I'm feeling like small and slender. Other times I want a little bit of meat on the
So
bone.
it's like,
that's just
what
me,
do you
like,
do? You like tits or ass? And then someone says both. It's like, shut up. That wasn't the
They're like,
question,
yes.
was it?
That's
They're
not,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
yes.
Both because all women are queens.
Because all
okay,
women are
okay,
queens.
Okay. Here's a quick distinction. Just because you like boobs doesn't mean you automatically like big boobs.
No.
That's an important distinction,
Yes.
right? Like,
I agree. Yeah.
so like if sometimes you see a pair of boobs and it's like small, but it's like, wow, that's a great pair of boobs because of like the shape and everything. But they are all on the smaller side. Other times you see like bigger ones and you're like, wow, that's cool. Those are huge and awesome, right? But they're both great, but they're different sizes, right? So that's kind of my appeal for like Sue is like sometimes Sue can be like the tight bod, and other times they can just be thick.
Big fat ass.
And that's why I like Interspecies, because this is kind of a thing of where the reviews could actually turn on how people are feeling that day. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm feeling for this or this kind of girl.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you want this
It's all
kind of
about your
girl,
vibe. You
go
know?
to
Like, it
else.
knows the
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm always thinking in terms of like, you don't see, I don't read too many, but like, you know how people have really hot take opinions on like certain porn stars, and I've heard both spectrums.
Wait, really?
Like, some
Is
people
this where we're gonna drop like hot takes on porn stars?
I don't know, you could, but I've heard
Are we
something.
gonna drop
like, some people
white
like,
hot takes on porn stars?
yes, fresh ones, and they're gonna say thank you on camera.
We're gonna be like,
So-
thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Like, favorite, subscribe. Like, some people will tell me like, oh yeah, I think Riley Reed's overrated, and I'm like, interesting. Why?
She
It's
kind
like,
of
oh,
is, to be honest.
Yeah.
She kind of
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. TBH.
I think we need to take like these kind of lewds and like reviews a little more seriously, in my opinion, because I genuinely want to learn what.
You know, it's funny because they actually acknowledged that in the last episode. There's the
that Riley Reid is overrated.
No, talking about like reviews and like opinions.
Turns to the camera and starts ranting about Riley Reid.
I was like, wow. Okay, can I say this? Based on the subgroup that I was watching, they used the word cuck, and I was like, did they actually just use the word cuck in the script?
Probably.
Like, the person... I was like, really?
Oh.
I mean, wow. I understand that they can say fuck, because, like, that's the kind of show it is, but, like, cucking? I was like, that's a mean word. That's a mean word.
That's a mean word. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there really is... Well, I guess it is.
I mean, I don't know Japanese, but I'm like, I don't know about... it's not like
is there an
every
actual
day that you
Japanese
see the word
for that?
cuck.
It is being
it's
officially translated by Anime Lab, which is a New Zealand, Australia only streaming service.
Interesting.
But I don't think
from,
those
like,
are the subs
the
we're
meow
getting.
place, right? I'm
I
getting
think
the
we're
subs from
meme
the like
subs.
the meow site that ends in where the URL ends in Spanish.
Probably yes. .c.
Okay, you know exactly which side. I made this joke yesterday.
CCC. I got the joke earlier.
Excuse me.
See, I can get away with saying the name without actually saying it.
But honestly, back when
joke.
the first 3 episodes that were on Funimation, those subs were fucking great too.
Okay, so
I don't know if they would
have
have
the
used
Funimation thing, because like
about
I've been
it,
kind of
but-
quiet about it. Like, I was actually kind of looking forward to the doob of it because I know that they kind of went really dank with it and like in a good way. Like,
nice.
They had like they made like really funny jokes with the first episode, but they never continued it because they dropped it, right? And I feel kind of bad. I'm like, I feel bad for all those voice actors that like probably ain't gonna get paid
they
for like,
gotta have 3 episodes just lying around, duped,
Damn.
and no one ever gets to hear them.
Yeah. What I feel bad because like here's the thing. I think Funimation just like so with like the licensing process, right? I'm taking all this from like the Justin Savakis, aka he used to be the answer man from Anime News Network. He has a lot of knowledge on the anime industry, Western and Eastern side.
Right.
So I kind of trust him with a lot of this like speculation. But he said something along the lines of like with like licensing, especially with seasonals, they do it so far in advance they might not actually know what happens in the show to really like say whether it's like, oh, this is like a show for us. It's like, well, this is a show that might get a lot of traffic, right? Because like horny anime fans love their big anime titty,
We have
right?
big titty elves getting fucked.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, we take it very seriously around here.
And
We're
as
not
far as I
savages.
know, from what I've seen of like the manga doesn't go as far as the show does.
No, it just shows the
So,
reviews on a
I
page
think-
with the text.
And there's like only there's not that many like chapters out, right, that are translated.
No, I think according to Moss, there's like a few more after this ended.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like I think they were like this is so far so early in the production process that they probably just didn't know what the show was actually going to be. So they probably read the manga and thought, okay, well this seems pretty like par for the course for like cuz like Funimation has licensed, you know, pretty lewd shows in the past, like High School DxD, right?
Right.
And like
Oh my
Panty and
gosh,
Stalking.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like when you think about it, it's like they probably didn't know that it was going to be as bad as it was, because like wasn't the I don't remember if the show was like taken off of Japanese television or something along those lines.
It got taken off of Japanese television shortly after it was taken off.
Oh, boo.
Yes.
Funny.
So like
Because episode
No
3
one-
basically just broke every censor.
yeah,
Measure.
and it's like the thing is with anime production is like it's not like at most the only episode that's really done is the first episode, right?
Right.
While it's still airing, so they're still working on episodes pretty far into the season usually.
And episode
So
1
they're
and
not
2
gonna
were
totally know.
decently
and they're like
lewd.
licensing like 20 shows like a season. So like they have maybe not all the time to like QC on everything to see, oh, is this like actually appropriate for our website kind of thing. So I'm like, I'm not really mad at them for doing that necessarily.
No.
I can understand being kind of pissed about it.
Right.
But I'm like, at the end of the day, it's like they're kind of a business, and it's like that might actually affect their business because like they also have to upload to places like iTunes. They upload a lot of their anime to iTunes. So uploading something like Interspecies reviewers may not be the best idea. I don't know how they've gotten away with other shows.
They probably
like-
censor it, right?
Yeah, and it's like but like, how much of that do you have to censor? Like, when it's didn't like episode 2 or 3 have like actual like penetration or something? It went like really far.
Yeah, even for me, I was
really,
just like
really far.
It's one of the first times in a very long time I had to look behind me when I'm watching my computer.
Watching a season.
Okay, I will say I was very surprised that they just like straight up just had titties like within the first 2 minutes of episode 11. I'm like, holy shit! I was like, whoa, uncensored anime titty. And it was like not even bad looking anime titty. It wasn't like the all oiled up stuff.
No, that's
like,
another crazy
right?
thing.
Some of this is pretty well done. Like
all of it is pretty well done.
This is actually like kind of decent.
Kind of amazing production quality all throughout. Considering what it is,
like a really minor thing, but I enjoyed that all the characters are outlined in brown. It actually kind of like changes the look for them.
Right.
Like think of it if they were outlined in like a thin black.
Yeah.
It's like it would look different. But like this color palette is almost kind of like, I don't know, softer.
It's very soft.
Which
yes,
I guess
it's like
helps
warm
with
and
skin,
nice.
you know, right?
Yeah, they all have an outline color that complements their skin tone, and yeah, it's pretty fucking well done.
I think that's important with like, you know, no shit, like character designs and how people look is kind of important when it comes to like very erotic series, right? You think it would be, but yeah, I like when shows kind of do have like a little bit of like attention to detail. Like I like that No Game No Life has like red outlines for characters. I think that like helps that show a lot.
I don't remember that at all.
Wait, you don't remember the red outlines?
They're saw very, that show a very long time ago.
Okay, I'm gonna No Game No Life. I'm just gonna look for
it. It's ringing kind of a bell, but I don't really have a clear picture of it.
I'm gonna try to find a picture of the anime.
But like the other, like not only the art style, but like unironically, it's really good fantasy writing.
Wait, is it? Okay, so I'm not like a huge fantasy guy. I've actually gone out of my way to avoid fantasy series for the most part because it just bores me a lot of the time.
I take it you're not going to play Final Fantasy VII then?
Probably not.
The demo was fucking fire though.
I get to play Final Fantasy VII.
I was going to make a joke of like, is this really the Final Fantasy? How many Final Fantasies are they going to have? Like, you think they would end after the first Final Fantasy? Like, you think it would be the Final Fantasy, but it's not. There's like,
I think we talked about this, but they thought way back they thought this was like their last game because like the company was going under, so they called it Final Fantasy, and it like blew up, and they're like, "Yo, we should make another Final Fantasy."
And then they're like, "Let's make Final Fantasy 2," and then they're like, "Wait,
Electric Boogaloo."
Hold up. Yeah, but then they solved that by just
call it like Kingdom Hearts or something.
They solved that by having every game set in its own world.
Yeah.
No, so it's that's
none of them connect.
Yeah, dude.
So that's what like I get kind of confused when they remake Final Fantasies, and you're just like, you think this would be the final game of that world, but no, they just remake
maybe
it.
They kind of connect. There's some recurring characters in the first ones.
Right, and the reoccurring powers too. You know, it's always the same.
It's always the same. The magic is always the same, but it works different.
You always have Ifrit, Bahamut. It's always there, but they do subtle references to other games. Like, look at this.
I don't think Bahamut.
Wait, each game has a Cid,
15.
right, or a Cindy? I know 15 had a Cindy? Question mark?
It had a Cindy.
The blonde girl
I don't know
at the
if the
gas
others
station,
have.
right? I thought that was like a
Cid was in 12.
That was in reference to
There's a guy
one of the
called
characters.
Sid who's in. I think.
I know. Yeah, I think
he's always the airship dude. Whenever there's airships involved, it's like, talk to that guy. His name is Sid. Like, I'm not surprised. Welcome.
Right.
And
oh, hey, Sid.
Did 15 have airships? It had cars.
No, it
was
did not have airships. The car could fly though if you got all the upgrades.
Okay, so I do remember there was
God.
a lady in 15 that is named Cindy, and she's blonde, and she's a mechanic.
Cute.
So I'm like, yes,
and she's really
that's
hot.
Probably
yes.
that's probably that
hot.
game Sid. Yeah.
That's super.
Oh, dude, there's so much
hot.
cosplay of Cindy. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I love it.
Worth it,
love
Dude, it's amazing.
Like
so wait, going on the subject of cosplay now. Sorry not to keep changing things.
Oh, dude, the Interspecies reviewers cosplay. Yes.
Dude, yes, I love that.
Just girls being naked with pointy ears.
Hell yeah,
Just
dude.
girls with like.
You look just like her.
When I think of it, when I first heard of the show, I saw the promotional art, and there was like two girls with just like the biggest titties of all time. Like
the cows.
Yeah, those are the Minotaurs. They have redonk titties.
Like they referred to it as a titty vortex in episode 12.
Yes,
it was hilarious.
The joke is because I think Bacon, you saw that episode. That's the one where they meet the demons who are running for office.
Yeah.
So in order to promote their political campaign,
the show also got like weirdly political, and I'm like,
Right.
what are all these politics?
that's what I'm saying.
I know,
It's
dude.
great world building, because then they're like, okay, you go to this place. This is the best demon joint. Go there and review them, because that's great promotion for demons as a species.
And then they
Well,
start
like,
talking
demons
about like
aren't bad
marrying
after
like
all.
demon
But-
girls, and it's like you have to marry them in a very specific way, or you have to
Yeah,
ask
it's
them.
all about contracts and stuff. No, but
and it's
then
all about context, and it's like, yeah,
in that episode
that's
where
actually
they
really
first
funny.
meet demons, they're on their way there, but then they walk past the Minotaur place and they're just sucked in. They can't look away.
Oh, so much milk. So much milk. And I was like, wait, I'm not into this.
Wait,
Like,
no. See, this show also tackles like so many different fetishes, like
Yeah,
lactation.
and that's why I like. There's something for everyone. As
Well,
IGN
there
would say.
isn't-
IGN should pick this
You
up.
know what? There
I
isn't
swear.
stomach deformation, and that's a shame.
No, there was stomach deformation.
Was there?
I'm glad I didn't watch.
Yes,
these episodes.
because it's fresh in my mind. I can't forget it.
Ooh, it's fresh in your mind.
Oh, so it was this. It
Ooh.
was episode 3 when the hyena girl was with Krim, and I look and like they were doing that one position, and I saw the stomach because it was covering her private
Oh.
parts, obviously, but there is stomach deformation. When I saw that, I was like, man, this thing pulls no punches. Oh
God
my
damn.
god! Like,
Yeah,
I'm
in
not saying I
episode
love
11,
this series.
the Incubus guy is literally holding one of the Liliums up with her stick.
Oh.
Which,
Oh,
I
dude,
mean-
is that that full Nelson move that Johnny Sins does on some of those videos? Is that what he was doing?
I don't know what you
Have
mean.
you seen that?
I don't even know
Okay,
what
let
the
me
context of this is.
Okay, so let me look up the full Nelson sex position because it looks so dominant.
Oh,
as
that
hell.
sounds awesome. You guys ever seen the Full Monty? Where those guys
Full
like
Monty, the
kill
movie?
rappers?
Yeah.
The Full Monty. Yeah, that's a good movie. I like it.
Let me look behind
I saw it
me.
on
Okay,
IFC like 10 years ago.
We saw it in
was like,
school.
You saw that in school?
Yeah, in English class.
It must be like a European thing.
They're like,
Don't-
oh, hey, naked dudes. Sure.
Sweet.
Okay, really not safe for work picture coming up.
Nice.
No, I'll just post the whole link.
It's the best
F it,
kind.
You guys will enjoy this. Yeah, this move. This move is like dominant as AF.
Is this like the Dempsey roll?
Oh, this one. Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
like this.
Oh, this. I've seen this like a million times.
This is in every thumbnail, and when it is, I don't click on it.
I didn't realize there was like a name for this, you know?
Full
I'm pretty sure that's
Nelson.
called the full Nelson. Yeah.
I guess. Isn't it closer
I'm
to
about
the
it. I'm
camel
just like,
clutch?
sure.
More like the full penetration. It's just going in there.
If anyone's
Yeah,
familiar with
dude.
the Iron Cheek.
I am very familiar with the Iron Cheek. That dude's buff as hell.
Fuck.
Wait, what's the
He
Iron
works-
Cheek? I don't know what this is.
He's
He's a
a
wrestler.
wrestler.
Really
Oh.
old heel from way back in the day.
Way
Villain
back,
guy.
dude.
You know,
He's-
wrestling
he's-
is like
He
one of
just
those
he
things that I
rants
feel like
and
I would
types in all
love
caps,
if
and
I
it's
got
just the
into it.
biggest asshole. I love
Wait,
him.
wait, wait.
I was really
Wait.
into wrestling when I was growing up until I found out it was fake. As everyone
Oh
else.
my god. See, when like the thing like that was my reason for not getting into it, but then I like watched a little bit of like Endless Jess, and like when he talks about wrestling as like a narrative kind of thing, that's what makes it more interesting. Not necessarily the actual wrestling part, but like the writing behind it, if
Yeah,
that makes
well,
sense.
people call it like
Yeah.
redneck anime, and it's unironically that what it is.
You're right. No,
Dude, when I
yes.
see like out of context like wrestling clips, it's the funniest shit
Right.
ever. It's super dank.
And now they have to go do all that spiel and shout
dude,
at people
seeing
in front of
seeing wrestling happen
nobody.
without an audience
Yes.
is crazy. It's like,
Because they still do the bits and the acts. It's
you
fucking
have
insane.
to. Yeah, you have to. You have to act like people are.
Can I get a
like,
hell
"Oh."
yeah? And just no response.
Silence.
And he repeats it as if there had been one. Why not just change
my
the
God.
script?
I know, that's so weird. It's strange times we're in. So speaking of also wrestling, when I was watching growing up, I remember what I think got me into my like thick thighs and leg fetish, into booty fetish was like
The Rock.
this one wrestling female named Trish Stratus, I think her name was.
Trish
and her thing-
Stratus. That does
I
sound
think
like
her,
a
and that was her
Stratus.
thing.
cool
Every time,
name,
every time she got into the ring, she would get in very like skimpy, like and like.
dude, her
really, like,
backside is so
extend-
big; it has like its own like stratosphere and like gravitational pull.
Stratus.
Dude,
I'll see if I could find her because I remember every time she got
I
into
found
the
her.
ring.
It's Stratus
I was
with
like-
a U.
Oh, ooh.
She's
Dude, post a pic,
on-
man. Let me see.
She's
this.
listed as a fitness expert on Google.
Oh, dude. I mean, look at those legs.
Look,
Come on.
Real name Patricia and strategias.
That's even sexier.
Oh, she's Canadian. Damn it. It sounded...
It sounded something else. Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. It sounded German, honestly. Shout out to Germans.
Shout out to Germany.
just give them a shout out. They clearly
every once in a while.
Yeah, dude.
But they go crazy.
You gotta give credit.
Wait, is this okay? Do you mean Trish Stratus?
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Okay, yeah, no, the Canadian fitness professional.
Trish Stratus, yes.
Yeah, she used to be in WWE.
For some reason, I thought you said Stratosphere, and I was like, "That's a cool name."
No, I'm sorry. Like, it's probably sound like I cut off or something like that.
Trish Strap
no, it's fine.
Strap. Oh no, no.
You know, you know what her signature move is. The full
dude,
Nelson,
just swinging you around with her legs. So here's a question I have. So I think it's obvious that Interspecies is fairly popular amongst the anime community,
right?
Because I don't see any haters for it, and I understand if other people don't think it's their thing.
Well, I mean, at most I see people who, not to name names, but we have people on the server who I would consider prudes, and they would never watch it.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think I know too, but
rhymes with
don't
Twix.
Go on the server. Don't even lie.
I know. But my question is this going to be considered as one of the nominees for Anime of the Year next year?
Absolutely.
I noticed that
it'll be nominated.
That's the thing I hate, though. It has to be nominated, not Anime of the Year.
Horny shows are rarely, if ever, considered for anything other than being horny.
Well, also, horny shows are
That's
rarely...
why Faku needs to have their own
award show.
Nominations, award show, please, because there's some shows I genuinely think
or
they're
just
good,
like
but
best
they have
of the year list or something. Like, ooh.
But bro, like next year's anime awards are gonna be fucking chock full of stuff like this. Because you know what's coming summer? It's that Monster Girl Doctor show and something called Peter Grill, which is like this.
I thought you were gonna say
so
Peter
that's the
Griffin.
thing.
Oh, it's almost Peter Griffin, but it's like a night dude with a Monster Girl harem.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't like how we have these anime awards, and yet we're not tipping our hats to these really fun, entertaining shows that happen to have a lot more titty.
They
than
push
usual.
the envelope.
That's not fair.
Why isn't there a best rack award in the anime?
Thank
awards?
you. Why isn't there a best jiggle, best booty? If we're gonna have best girls, can we at least acknowledge the best bodies?
To bodily physics.
Okay, not gonna lie, it would probably come off as extremely objectifying. It would probably
all of this is extremely,
but
dude, the anime which is extremely objectifying.
They're already objects. They're literal drawings.
And are we doing anyone any favors by pretending that that's not what these shows are about?
Like, are you saying character designs, they don't look at the actual body figures of the character? So here's
the thing with, like, these award shows. It's like, these are, if anything, just PR stunts for the corporations.
It's to sell ads, yeah.
Like, it's not really for fans. It's actually just to make Crunchyroll look good. Let's be honest. Like,
exactly. That's why these are anime awards are our last hope.
I don't even keep up with awards, period.
We have those?
No,
actually, you know, it's funny. No one's going to watch this. No offense, Panic. But like,
ouch. I will watch it. Trust me.
I realize it comes off as extremely rude when I word it like.
Oh, I know. Every once in a while, an episode will do really well, but in general,
I noticed that some of these Interspecies reviewers episodes get like 500 views or something. So like,
yeah,
I think one of them was
it's
like
a great show.
Of the controversy. I think.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is like I was gonna reveal what I had an idea for was like to do kind of an award show. Like maybe for the year of 2020, but we have like the stupidest and like most dank awards, like nothing too serious, right? Like they're all like really like silly awards.
Did you watch?
You know,
and if not, you should watch the Jackass Boy Awards.
What? No.
Okay, is that what he did?
He put an award show together in 24 hours.
Wow.
With guests and categories, and people voted on Twitter, and it was the dankest shit. It's like an hour long, and he's just losing his shit live.
Like, if we had an award for the show most likely for me to like forget about in 3 minutes after I watch it, kind of thing, like the most forgettable anime award or something like that.
Unironically,
I would love that. Yeah.
Sha asked on the Shadow of the Colossus streams that her and Tay did. she asked a question that was, "What's the best seasonal you have seen?" And by that she meant the show you had the best time watching that season and have not thought about once since.
That's a good way to put it.
This is the first time I've watched seasonal anime in like probably 4 years.
You're welcome.
Right. And it's a show about big titties.
Yeah.
I mean, how else are you gonna get? How else are you gonna get my attention?
Right.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, I gotta talk about boobs. Oh, so.
Oh, hell, I can get drunk. I can talk about boobs. Hell yeah.
I mean, that's all I want. I want every anime to have their chance at these awards, and that's why I don't
I thought you were
keep
gonna
up
say
with
I want
awards.
every anime to have titty, and I'm like, so.
Dude,
Unironically,
you know
yes.
what the vibes are.
I know the vibes.
I thought you'd want every anime to have 2B ass.
Please.
Is that a 2-pack of ass?
It's
Yes.
a 2-pack of
Dude, you
ass.
know-
2B pack of ass.
Shit
God, yeah.
kidding me?
I
that
love
shit
it.
stinks.
I love this.
But the overall interspecies, like, man, it's. Am I saying that it's gonna bring into like my top 10? Like, it's kind of there, but at the same time, like, people be like, "Oh, it's basically hentai." Like,
It is.
I think there will always
but it's
be.
good.
I think this is like. I think there will always be horny anime, like
Yeah.
just very horny anime.
But this one just
Like,
set a
we've
new
always
like
had horny
a
anime.
new bar.
Yeah. And I'm cool with that, you know.
Right.
And the thing is, there's a reason why this stuff is like this, like lewd stuff is more for adults.
Yeah, but
Because,
unironically,
you know-
like this is not only the horniest show I've seen in probably ever, like the horniest seasonal, even hornier than Monster Musume, which I didn't watch as a seasonal, so it wouldn't count anyway.
Honestly, Monster Musume was like hornier with the OVAs, if anything. Like in my opinion.
This is
Agreed.
kind of
Agreed.
true, yeah. The episodes were always horny
I remember
right when a
watching
new
Monster
girl,
Musume,
right when
like,
a new girl is introduced. That episode and the one after is really horny, but then it kind of simmered down towards the end, and then the OVAs came back full force.
they came back horny on main.
Yeah,
It was great.
But unironically, like this show has solid world building and like considerations about every single fantasy species, and it's really well
great.
written.
Yeah. Like,
I
they
mean,
put
that's the thing
thought
I was
into
surprised
it.
with was like the political aspect
And
of
yeah,
it. I was like,
they're
oh,
running
wow,
for
what the
mayor,
fuck?
like the
I thought this
demon
was just gonna
party,
be like
and
20 minutes of boobs, and it's like I've noticed that I think it seems like each episode covers about 2 chapters, maybe 3.
yeah, they cover 2, I think.
Yeah, because each half feels different from
Yeah.
the other. There's like the exciting chapter, and then there's like the cool down chapter.
Yeah, but I
for
think
the
it's
most
episode
part.
9 or 10. They literally go to a magic kingdom where the girl who was in the bath with the big demon girl, or that witch lady, she has made a magical kingdom where you pay a certain amount. It's a lot of money, and you're there for 3 days with a clone of her who is just like your girlfriend. And,
See, that
and that's
was
how
my
she
next
funds
question.
her
Go
research,
on.
and that is amazing.
So that was gonna be my next question. Is like, because in Japan they have I'm pretty sure they have brothels. I mean, come on. But my question was gonna be like,
they're a nice
I'm pretty sure
Christian
there's
country.
there's emotional support too for these businesses. Like, hey, I don't want to have sex. I just want someone to talk to, because this adventuring life is a little lonely because no
but-
one likes me.
Unironically, I was... How many times have I said that now? Unironically. Because you kind of have to preface it with that, because it is a silly
I know,
thing.
Pretty much. It's very silly.
At the end of that episode, when they have to say goodbye to their clones that they just spent 3 days with, it was like legit sad. They seem so down.
So I guess you could say this show's pretty big brain, kind of like
It is.
hey, life isn't really all about sex.
Like literally.
It's about the sex with the friends you made on the way. Am I mouthing this
real
right?
10 out of 10s were the prostitutes who met along the way.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we're all in this together.
It's like they all pray to, they do the New Year's prayer, and the angel is like, "What are you doing? I don't think God listens to this." And then everybody is sad.
I know, it's like, oh man, don't say it like that.
It's like, fuck, this doesn't even work?
It's like, ouch, man.
God damn it,
It's like,
angel.
in the end, we're just here to have fun,
Well, like-
and that's why all these brothels exist.
Ironically, the angel just killed God.
No. So what you're saying? There's gonna be Sunday without God? Oh no!
I
If
guess.
anyone remembers that anime, if anyone, okay.
No.
Wait, which anime?
There's an anime called Sunday Without God.
Oh yeah, I watched that show. Sucks.
I know. It was a good strong start. Strong 3-episode start, but then I was like, boo, that should have been the end. So my next question is, is there going to be a show like this that isn't fantasy and it's actual humans? So we do actual races. Like, okay, tell me about Germans. Well, Germans.
When are we going to have a show that's like actually about like sex workers? Like, it just seems like there's kind of a lack of it.
Well, it
seems to be kind of a. It seems to be kind of looked down upon, like prostitution.
It's taboo, and it's illegal in many places. So
it's illegal in a lot of places. Yes,
consider it taboo.
And people equate something being illegal with it's bad.
We can't.
I feel like
can't talk about
I feel like
it
now that I say
illegal.
that, you can apply that to a lot of things, and it would come off as sus. But in this context, it's one of those things.
How
that
often do you hear people
illegal.
just like straight up talk about drugs? People joke about drugs.
Yeah, that's
they
why
don't
there
just
isn't much
talk
anime about
it.
drugs, because like, you know, a lot of drugs are really, really, really illegal in Japan.
Yeah,
and
like,
they still talked about it in a lot of anime series, or they just make up their own drugs, like refrain.
Yeah, like they have.
It's like we're gonna call it
potions
something
that are
else, so
drugs.
it's not.
Shout out to the
It's
weed
like,
episode of Samurai Champloo.
Yo.
Fuck yeah.
At most, it's always weed and cocaine when it's in TV shows or movies.
Yeah, there's never like just
It's never
heroin.
like, oh, this
can we
guy's just
have a casual
blasting
heroin
crystal meth
user for
24/7.
That sounds awful, man. If we're gonna
When
have
will
a
heroin
show,
addicts be represented in anime?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll teach kids and like other anime fans not to do it, because I hear once you do it, you're done. You're done for.
That does remind me. That does.
That reminds me of like those like Western cartoons in the 80s, like doing this anti-drug PSA, and it features like Ronald Reagan, and it's like really weird.
Yo, Becker, you're about to come with me, man. We about to get twisted.
Now you know.
About to get twisted.
Knowing it's half the battle.
Because knowledge is power.
No, this whole thing about sex workers reminded me that there's a show coming. I know there's a manga about it. I don't know when the show is coming. About a girl who gets reincarnated in another world and becomes a sex worker.
I mean, she probably makes a lot of money.
That would be kind of an interesting.
So it's like this, but the other side of it, I guess.
It's probably not the pretty side, because it's not like.
So she's gonna be sleeping with orcs and demons and.
I mean, do they pay well? That was my next question on this.
In this,
is like
that kind of depends on the place. In this, it's like the trashy
Depends
one with
on
all
who's
the little
buying.
demons that will fuck you to death. That one was like 500 gold, and then you just stay there until they're done with you. And apparently that's cheap. And then the big fantasy magic castle 3-day resort with a magical big titty witch GF, that's 5,000.
Ooh. So let's assume one gold's like $1.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like, would you pay $500?
Well, I don't know. What's normal for a prostitute in America?
I don't know. I don't know the rates.
No one knows the rates.
I just have to do a little bit of research, but I wouldn't. Well, it depends.
I wonder
Becker,
if Google has this.
Becker,
answer.
work your
How
corner for me, man.
is a-
Tell me your rates.
Whoa, whoa, buddy.
I'm gonna Google it here. How much is a prostitute?
Oh, dude. FBI wants to know your location.
I'm sure the FBI won't be watching you after
I'm Googling it.
Does
No,
Denmark
dude,
even have an FBI?
No, but prostitution is legal here, so it's no problem.
Oh, yeah, that's
You're right. Dude, shout out to Panic right now.
Shout
He's
out.
here, but shout out
The
to him.
enlightened.
Yeah, why aren't you doing, like, field research, buddy?
We don't have elves.
Oh, you're right.
The only one I
Oh.
could confirm would be the 50-year-old human lady, and
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
hey, man. Wait, isn't one of the characters, like, into older women?
that's
Yes.
that was the entire joke
Yes.
about the first episode. Is that
Yeah.
the human is super crazy about this one elf who's like 500 years old, and the elf is like, gross, she's older than my mom. And then the elf is into a 50-year-old human who, compared to him, is super young, but the human guy is like, that's disgusting. She's 50.
Yeah, because every time they see an elf and she's like 800 years old but still looks 25, they're like, oh, God, that's a grandma. 800? It's like, yo, dude, look at her. She still looks great. Oh, man, I never get sick of that.
Let's see here.
It's so good.
Yeah, you know what? Here's a Vegas prostitute says she charges 500. But if someone walks up in a fancy suit, nice watch, good shoes, she starts at 800. So
Nice
$500
dog.
bucks.
It's Kobe.
Apologies.
Come on, Kobe. Not in the middle of a recording.
Is your dog named Kobe?
You know what's... Yes,
That's amazing.
Coby.
It's
that was
it's
my
a different
parent.
Kobe.
It's a different Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant.
Shout out to
for
Kobe.
real. Shout out to Kobe, man. tosses paper into garbage can for Kobe. Misses.
He went out without having to see the world locked down. That's the silver lining, I guess. He didn't see the apocalypse.
Do you know, I saw this one tweet saying, was Kobe Bryant the glue that held the world together?
It makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
I mean, honestly, yeah. It's like, ever since he left, it really got worse. Are
you saying since he's been gone?
Since he's been gone. I hate you. I hate you and everything you sit for.
But yo, how did you guys... It's actually kind of funny, because you have seen the complete opposite ends of the show, but a lot of people from the beginning of the show came back in the 2 last ones. So how did you feel about the fairy mama?
The fairies?
No, the brothel hostess.
Of, like, the tiny fairies?
No, the one who's like bags under her eyes,
that
smoking a big opium pipe.
Yeah, she looks like she hasn't slept in 50 years.
She's so fucking dank. I love her.
She's so spot on with the criticisms. She
Yeah.
slays, queen.
And she's like, okay, yeah, here's a card for a place, and if you don't like it, you can come back and I'll give you a body job. And I'm like, yes, this is what I'm talking about.
so what?
I like how a lot of these
I have a
shows
lot of
too...
Tinkerbell porn that is just that. I was like, yes.
What?
I didn't know there was Tinkerbell.
Hell yeah, dude. Some of my I talked about this on the server a long time ago, like kind of ironically,
Okay.
but maybe I should just do it.
I know you have a lot of like
I made
what's that lady from the Roger Rabbit movie?
Jessica Rabbit.
yeah.
I also have a
Jessica
lot of her.
Rabbit,
Understandable.
baby. Yeah.
From the same artist.
Go on.
Okay,
It's a
does
guy
a lot
called...
of Tinkerbell porn have like size differences and like that's like
course.
that would be the one. That would be the one thing.
It's like that gerbil eating the banana.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's the
it's
kind
like,
of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I don't like with fairies.
Well, that's
And-
the thing
and when
that I
they
would
go
assume
to
is,
the
like,
fairies, it's
comes
like-
with the territory of Tinkerbell porn. I don't
No,
know how to
but
say her name.
no, because the body job thing is like she like wraps herself around the dick and then jerks you off with her whole body.
Oh my god,
That's a lot of work, man.
Right. But have you seen
Yeah,
Tinkerbell?
like a
She's
great
got
time.
fucking like legs for days.
Gee, she does. So that's the thing. I thought like fairies in the isekai world, or like in the fantasy world, like had like the power to like change the size of themselves, but it didn't happen in this anime. So I was like, huh.
No. I was
Interesting.
surprised that they all went there with the expectation of penetration, because fairies are tiny.
That's true. I'm just like, damn, you really think
I
you're
would
gonna...
just assume you go there to do the body job thing. But yeah, I was about to say, I once mentioned on the server, kind of as a joke, like the idea of going through my porn folder in a video. Because I have stuff that's legit 16 years old.
Okay,
Damn, man.
Wow, it's
Stuff
almost
that's
old enough
older
to
than some
consent.
people listening to this.
Your folder's almost old enough to get nutted on.
No,
Here it
been
is.
nutted on
16
for
is the
years.
cutoff
That's
here.
fucked up.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I said that. That's going to be taken out of context.
Wait, what did you
That's gonna be
say?
very taken out of
Repeat it
context.
so it's more...
And then all of a sudden, you're getting flamed on Twitter for some comments it made in 2020. If we
You
ever
know,
get past this
I
year,
thought I would never be cancelable because I just don't talk on Twitter, right? But now
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, I have
fuck.
podcasts. I have years of podcasts where I just say the dumbest things.
Yeah, but that requires
Oh,
people
dude.
to go back and listen and take, like, timestamps.
Well, I mean, I did say that no one listens to these, so
Well, in all honesty, that's kind of the reason why I'm not too scared. I just tell people, dude, like, because you guys know me pretty personally based
most
off
of
the
this
server.
is done. Most of this is said to be funny. Like,
Right.
it's like,
Yeah, it's a character. We're,
it's
we're,
very
you know,
clearly
comedians.
done to be like funny. Like,
Yeah, we're
I think that's
comedians.
maybe
We're
why I
actors.
haven't made- either I haven't been canceled yet because I'm just not big enough to be canceled. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like, I'm not big
Same,
enough.
that's
to be,
how I
like,
feel.
Found out by people that would do that, or
Famous last
I just
words.
haven't said anything that's that bad yet.
Agreed. That's how I feel. It's like I'm not big enough. I am pretty big, but like, yeah, I'm not big enough to where people would care what I say or do, which is why I don't do much. I'm just like, well, I'm doing my own thing. I kind of like it this way.
Nobody cares about me.
Yeah, because if people actually cared and went like, I get flamed every day for liking Girls in Panzer, it's like, okay, this is pretty annoying.
I flame you every time I see you for liking Girls in Panzer, so like,
Dude,
in a way,
same with
I
my
am
crew.
canceling you.
Just a reminder that it's on Netflix and we're all in quarantine, so
That's
you could just watch it.
disgusting. Why would I waste my time on that? Like,
The only times I see...
Shut up! All you!
The only times I see Girls in Panzer talked about is when Bacon is either loving it or anyone else in the world is making fun of it.
That's fine. That's fine. At least it's being talked about.
Those are the two
the other
genders.
time it's discussed.
The two genders. It's funny because my friend group, like, they asked me, like,
God damn it.
there
There are two types of people in the world: those who are like Bacon and like Girls in Panzer, and then everyone else.
And everyone else
How
just dabs
dare
on it.
you. It's fine though. I've learned to accept it, and it's fine because I stay true to myself.
That's right.
Everyone else is like, "Oh no, I don't like it."
You're the bigger person here.
I am the
Damn.
bigger person here. Look at
You
me.
are. You are bigger than me.
Yeah,
Absolute unit. Look at
we've
me.
all seen pictures of you. You seem
Dude,
tall.
I'm not. Well, to the average Filipino, I am fairly tall because most Filipinos are
I mean,
short.
compared to Randy, you're kind of small.
Dude, yeah, Randy is
But
pretty
Randy
big.
is 6 feet under.
Randy's getting kind of big.
See, that's what he told me, yeah. Oh my god. But overall, it's...
Rest in peace.
Oh no,
Randy.
yeah, this all is just a persona for us online. I'm not too worried about people going, hey, you're disgusting and all that stuff. I mean,
No,
honestly,
but the
in
problem
real
with
life,
that
I
is
tell
that then people
people...
will just say you're a disgusting human being for even coming up with that persona.
I'm like,
Fair enough.
cool. I'm like, so
Yeah, sure. Sure. What you can do
I
about
can't
it?
wait to be canceled because I'm like, wow, someone actually gave a shit about me. That's what it tells me.
Ouch.
Like, wow,
The
someone
feel.
like actually cared enough to like
It's
cancel
just
me.
one of those days, huh?
Fuck yeah.
So is that why like people like haters? Because they just want attention? Like, oh, I'm gonna say something
Yes.
really like hate filled.
I'll be honest, I'm
Kobe
extremely
Bryant.
insecure as a person.
I'm gonna go make
yes.
A lot
a
of us
stupid criticism about My Hero Academia just to get some recognition.
are looking at you, anti One Piece people. You're like,
Those
oh, I'm
people
never gonna watch
exist.
One Piece. Well, there are people like, oh, I don't care if I'm in a quarantine. I'm not gonna watch One Piece. It's like, cool,
I would
bro.
say,
Okay.
fine.
So here's my
Don't
thing
watch
with like
it.
watching
Read it.
One Piece.
It's
Like,
much
why are we
quicker.
recommending people watch One Piece? Wouldn't reading it be like a better idea?
Yes.
Like,
Absolutely.
Yes.
why
the
does
reason
everyone
why
on
I wa-
Twitter say watch One Piece?
Because
like,
because that's
don't do
longer,
that.
and the joke is the quarantine is gonna be forever, I guess.
Oh well, like
Well, I
Man.
think it's also because like people like to. I think there's that whole stigma between anime versus manga people in general. Because there's that whole like, oh, just read the manga.
One is a
or,
bunch
oh,
of
watch...
losers. You get to,
Yeah,
you get
yeah,
to pick who.
You get to pick.
I
But
want to be a
overall,
nerd
it's-
who reads books.
Imagine
Yeah.
reading. But then you watch anime and
Yeah.
you still read subtitles.
Yeah, I was like,
see.
dude, there's still reading either way, broski. Like you can't just
Right.
weasel
Unless
your
you
way
watch
out
the
of this
dub.
one. Hey, I like the dude actually. That's the reason I'm watching One Piece. Like, that's the only reason. Is like I like the dude.
Are you sure
best.
there aren't a couple
It's
other
great.
reasons, such as Nami Robin titties,
Yeah,
I mean,
man of
waistlines,
culture.
and legs? Jesus
I
Christ!
have not got to like time skip boobs yet. I'm like 200 episodes in. I'm still at like Skype, I think.
Honestly, the main reason why I want people to consume more One Piece content is mainly because we're looking
Well,
at
it's
the
like you're
end
telling
of
someone
One Piece.
to consume One Piece.
You're
Like
s-
after they consume the One Piece, like it's
You're
over,
saying,
right? Like
you're saying we're looking at the end of One Piece. The end of One Piece is gonna last 3 years.
Yes, no, but
no, I
that's
remember
more,
when like
what I'm
Oda
saying
was
is
like,
I,
yeah, 10 years ago, he's like, yeah, it's halfway done. I'm like, okay, dude, all right.
Well,
dude.
well, no, I believe him. And the thing is, I want everyone to be there when this big historic thing in the anime world ends. Like that's a big
Right.
deal because there are gonna be people like, oh, One Piece ended, goes to Wiki. Yeah, I'm aware of it now. And it's like, no, you're not a part of this. Back off.
I can't wait for the people who will wiki One Piece when it's over.
Yeah, like, hey, One Piece ended. Okay, what happens? Oh, that's what One Piece is. Okay, guys, I'm on your side.
I know
now.
what
Yeah,
the
that was
One
pretty
Piece
cool.
is. Now I don't have to watch this thing that.
Yeah,
We
that's
all
gonna
know
be-
it's
that's gonna be the
friendship,
main-
dude. We all know it's the power. of
Shut
friendship.
up! You don't.
It's
shut
all
up.
it's all
it
gonna be
totally
the friends we
is.
made along the way.
How dare you?
I would
Don't you
be
dare
okay.
joke
You know,
about
this
that.
is like one of those shows I would be okay with that, actually,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Because at this
Yeah.
point, it's run so long that no matter what the fuck it is, it can't possibly be worth it.
It can't possibly... Like, well, that's the thing, is, like, people expect for something to take so long to...
Oh wow, it's
finish,
$1 million
that must
money.
mean it's like very grand and like grandiose and huge and epic, and it's like, nah, it could just be really simple, dude.
Like, what if it's
like,
literally just a bunch of money? Like, they are pirates.
what if it's
I'm
literally
just
okay
like
be
with
a
that.
treasure chest full of money?
what if it's
Yeah,
just
dude.
a one-time body job? Like, we don't know.
They open the
like-
chest and the fairy
Oh,
brothel mama is just there,
No,
jacking you
it's
off.
an actual thing. Oda said it's an actual thing. None of this friendship.
Wow.
garbage.
Are you just saying
Spoilers.
friendship isn't a thing?
Are you
Wow.
saying friendship isn't
Oda must
rare?
not have many friends because he's too busy writing his fucking manga all the time. God.
Yes, exactly.
God, that guy is so rich. Jesus Christ.
Dude,
He
he's
has
gonna
so much.
retire.
He's got ridiculous money at this point.
Dude,
He's
well,
got
that's
enough-
his
Shonen
icon,
Jump
eh?
is paying him well. Like, I really hope that he's getting paid well
Like,
for that shit.
just doing this, like recording podcasts
He's
and
said it.
editing them. I run into, and I know you guys do too, probably. You just like burn out
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
know.
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you're
I
editing
think
a
I've
long
experienced the
project,
most
suddenly you just
burnout
take like
recently.
a couple months break before you finish it. I did that with the recommendations pods, and it's just
Dude, it happens.
imagine
yeah.
writing a
I'm
thing.
gonna do that once I finish 2019 in review, because like I'm super burnt out from H5, because that was a whole thing. I'll talk about it on H6, but like that was a whole
Yeah,
experience.
I know there's
and
also
it
been
was
a whole bunch
stressful,
with
and
your
I
editing
fucking hated
software
it.
fucking with you, and
Well, yeah, there's a couple of things, right? And then I like change job schedules, so now I work nights, and that takes a while to get used to.
yeah.
It
physically.
does.
But like imagine, like I can't imagine a world where I could work on the same thing for 20 years. Like once I had made the money he has, I would just stop.
and then just not tell anyone
And
what
then
One
just-
Piece is, because like he's had to figure
I
out
would
what
I
One
would do a
Piece
blog
is for, like,
post and like a tweet and say the One Piece is this, and then just fucking yeet out of
the
there.
One Piece is
with
big
my
anime titty.
billions.
There, I said
Yeah,
it. Like,
it's Nami's it's an uncensored picture of Nami's
it's
titties.
Nami's titty. Wait,
Canon.
Turns out the
It's
group
Boa
took a
Hancock's
picture that one
titties.
time Nami flashed all of them in Alabasta, and
so
it's that what it is.
Oh, yes, I love this.
yes, yes.
That's the thing. Like, at least at the end of when One Piece does end, I want to see that interview of like, how long did it take to put this all together? At what points where you were like, crap, I gotta pull something up?
How often do
Was
you
this all-
masturbate to your own character?
Every single
all
time.
the time. Like, he has to
you
crank
have
one
to-
out
you
before
can't
it starts
just-
writing.
You can't just draw Nico Robin and then just like not like
Just not nut.
beat your meat, like right? Like, damn, dude, how do you?
Idiot.
I personally feel like the post time skip redesign of Nico was a bit of a step down. Maybe that's why. Maybe
Yeah,
he wanted
no.
to make her
Okay,
less hot.
honestly, like
I just don't like how
post
she's
time
light
skip
skinned.
designs kind of suck.
It
ass,
kind of
like,
made her
low-key.
a little lighter and changed the
I
hairline,
know.
hairstyle. It's like, man, it's not as hot.
Yeah.
I still
Wait,
like.
does she still have
the
her cowboy
base
hat or
Nico
no?
No, no.
Still
it's
like
gone.
that she's
What the fuck?
she can literally
know.
give
It's
100
made
hand jumps
everything
at the same
better.
time. That's still hot.
Dude, I
Oh
know.
my god. What the fuck, Oda? You have some explaining to do, mister. Like,
It's like
I gotta
my
go up to him right
that's
now.
like my
and
big.
cough on him.
I want
let me talk to the CEO of One Piece about this.
I want
Todd,
My
speak
Hero
to the
Academia
man.
spin-off, maybe a doujin, about the inevitable scenario where every boy who discovers their quirk figures out a way to jerk off with it.
You ever think about how Bakugo jerks off? Because like his like quirk
Ow!
is like sweating, right? Like right,
Very
like,
careful.
Yeah,
'cause,
yeah.
like when you're having sex or when you're like jerking off, you get a little sweaty.
Well, I
right?
still
Like,
think he has to do something to set it off.
maybe.
He
I just like the idea
he
of like
sweats explosive sweat, but he
jacking
has to
off.
spark it to explode it.
No, that's
No,
way
the thing I
funnier.
think about with Bakugo is he sweats explosive whatever nitroglycerin, and he can make little explosions to set it off. Nowhere in that description is it explained how he doesn't die when he makes them. It's like he's standing
just
right next to a
wouldn't think about
massive
durable as
explosion.
hell.
His organs would be
It's something
mush.
I just wouldn't think about too much, to be honest. Like,
But it's like
it's
you
not
have,
why
you have
it's not
all
really
for one, no one
why
for
I
all,
watch the show,
and it breaks your
like,
bones
I just
every
wanna
time
see
you use it.
Bakugo be Angry Boy. Like that's it. Like
Right.
I need more.
It's like there's no downside to his quirk. I'd love there to be a downside to his quirk.
Let's just say I assume he just gets dehydrated because that's
he can
all
just
sweat.
go. Yeah, what if he's in some weird situation where he can't sweat or something? Like, they're in an Arctic scene. It's too cold. My quirk doesn't work.
That's what I assume. Yeah, because like
This reminds me of like Promare or something. Like,
I guess.
or like, what if he eats something like super salty and his body just doesn't? He intakes all that water. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
he
I
can't
know.
sweat anything else. Or does he drink a lot more water so that he can sweat more? You know?
Dude, that's a guy who's
yo,
got
speaking
he's
of
got
My Hero
hydrate.
Academia, this new girl, this bunny girl,
The bunny
like,
girl,
Oh,
Mirko? Yeah.
Dude,
where has she
is-
been all my life? Like,
She's bae.
What the fuck?
I love
Dude,
her.
she's about to get a lot of screen time, I hope. Because
Dude, I've
she gets a
seen
lot of
the
time in the
recent-
manga. But
The sketches I've seen that
Horikoshi?
Hirokoshi has done of her, I'm just like, yes.
She's got the
Yes,
attitude and the thighs to back it up.
Crush me now. Sit on me.
I will just
Yes.
super slow.
I love
like
this.
low key spoilers. There's a scene where she rips someone's head off with her thighs.
I saw. I no, yeah. I read that part. And
isn't
I'm just
this
like,
based
I will,
on like the manga?
I will become a villain
taste, too.
just
I'm
so
like,
that can happen
nuts.
to me.
Becker?
Yeah,
Isn't
what was
this
that, Becker?
based on? Oh, I was saying, isn't this based on like the mangako's personal taste or something?
Probably. Why
The
wouldn't
character
it be?
design. That's what I've heard on Twitter, and you know, Twitter is a reputable source, right? So,
Very-
Especially when
very,
it comes
yeah.
to
You can't lie on there.
Horikoshi.
right. So I'm like, well, if that's the case, man's got taste,
Right.
Like,
How about we just fucking dab on every existing monster girl and just make tall, tan,
why doesn't My Hero
muscular,
Academia have more monster girls?
big
like, this
titty?
obviously is
They
the
got
vibe.
some. I mean, I love Mina, the acid girl.
Is that?
Oh, Mina's great. Yeah, she needs more screen time.
She's pink and she's got black eyes.
You could say
She's
that about
kinda
like
monstrous.
all of the My Hero Academia girls because they're kind of one note. Like like they're cute, but they're one note. Like that's
Yeah,
they probably do
they
need more
got
screen time.
their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, no.
literally their one note is like their quirk. Like they're just like that's their
That's-
personality.
not from Mina.
You're right. You're right.
Because she makes acid.
Mina?
But
Wow.
she's like all Genki and cheerful.
Still
She's like a
kinda
party
one note.
girl.
Like a little one note.
She's a party girl. And then she
Everyone
melts
has to go
things.
listen to the My Hero Academia episode of the R Anime podcast.
It's great. It's a very
probably
good
the
episode.
greatest episode ever.
We
It's
should-
super dang.
We should make a sequel.
We could.
Can we call
I
it Two
mean,
Heroes?
My Heroes Academia.
4 heroes. All
Four
4
heroes.
heroes. 4 kids. Duh.
4 edgy heroes.
Yes.
Oh god.
And what you kids call Fuego.
No, do you think?
That's a reference to that episode.
Why do you?
Because we
sound
mentioned
like...
4 kids.
Yeah, we do. We do.
4 edgy
Yeah.
kids. Now we're 9
God,
edgy kids.
that-
We're literally
no, yeah,
the
I-
Slipknot of podcasting.
Oh yeah, we are. Wait, really?
We're 9. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Oh, dude, look at this guy. Dude, check out this guy here.
Check out the
yeah,
big
overall,
brains
I
on
love-
Brad.
I love Interspecies reviewers, and I hope there's a movie.
I
and
hope they
just
do
go
a
all the
sequel
way.
for it. Because it ends off, last episode, they're like, okay, what do we do next? And Stunk is like, let's
Yeah, it
go
kinda
fuck my
Teased
dad's
itself for,
harem.
like in season 2. Like,
Oh yes.
My dad has
They
a
should just-
harem.
if
Their
this show doesn't
sequel-
get a season 2, I could see it getting some OVAs.
Yes. At
They
the
should
very
just
least.
straight up make a hentai. Just that's it. Just
I mean,
straight-
wasn't the show kind of pretty close to that at some point?
No,
But they
show
still
me
have
them-
the
give me them
angles
genitals.
that kind of
Give me
obscure
the
what's
ge-
actually
show me your
happening,
genitals.
Show me
Genitals.
your genitals.
Show me your genitals. Your genitals.
I haven't listened to that song in like 10 years.
Show me your
Dude,
genitals.
I thought
Your genitalia.
in high school I thought that was like the funniest song ever. Is like show
It
me
is.
your- like I thought like a lot of John LaJoie stuff was like the
John
funniest shit.
LaJoye.
It's John LaJoie.
I don't know. Is it?
It's French. He's French Canadian.
You don't know that. You don't know me.
I
Pick
Whoa.
a country.
pick a side.
Wouldn't it be Jean then? Jean LaJoie.
No, no. I don't know how French works. Even though I took 2 years of it in high school, I don't know how it works.
To a loser, you think you'd be a better lover if you knew French?
Oh my
Loser. Thousands of French people are jumping our borders.
No, they're not. They're like, yo, we're in Canada. We're doing just fine. Fuck
We're
America.
doing great.
Yo, if you
We
build the
don't need
walls
you.
right, only bunny girls will be able to make it in.
Oh
shit.
You're right.
Poogers.
Poogers.
Shut up. God, I
Hey,
hate you.
you gotta start saying poogers.
It sounds like boogers.
Yes.
That's stupid.
That's why it's funny.
Stupid. No. I'm not an idiot. Look at me. Look at you.
I'm gonna look at you and say, yeah. I mean, yeah.
There was-
Hey,
speaking
Dad,
of hentai,
look at me.
Speaking of hentai,
Go
just
on.
as one last thing. This is the Apple of podcasts. That's right. One last
Go
thing.
on.
When they showed the previews of the guy proposing to his demon wife, the guy in the preview, I don't know, have you guys ever seen a hentai called Viper GTS?
That sounds awesome, though. No.
That
It's
does
like
sound
succubus
awesome.
girls, and this guy summons them and fucks them, and they make contracts and stuff. It's awesome. It's very
Wait,
well
is this
made.
Viper GTS?
Viper GTS. Every girl is named after a car.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
go
I was
on.
figured it was like, the Dodge Viper or something.
Yo, what's up, Super?
It's called Viper GTS.
Yeah, when I
It's
looked it up on Google, it just gave me like pictures of cars, and I'm like, I guess. I'll
Viper
go for that.
GTS hentai.
Oh, I found it. Hell yeah!
It is a very good.
It looks like Star Jewel almost.
And it's very well made too. Yeah.
Supag. Oh my gosh! Uncensored penis.
Holy shit! What is this hentai?
What is this?
No,
and there's balls too.
What
They
is
actually
this,
drew the
some
balls.
kind of Suicide Squad?
Amazing. Oh my god!
No, but the
love
guy
this.
in it, his haircut reminded me of the guy who was proposing to his demon wife in this, and I wonder if it's not a shout out. If it's not like a.
Oh, he's got that Ichisei.
He's.
Or not Ichisei, but
Issei?
Issei.
Yeah,
haircut.
kind of like that too.
Yeah, he's got the Issei haircut.
All of both of which are shows like both Viper GTS and DxD about wifing big titty demon girls. So they show a guy who's got a similar
the
haircut.
fan art for it is a lot better than the actual hentai.
For what?
Man,
DxD?
I really feel like this
For
I really
Viper
feel like-
GTS.
Oh, I like the art in the first episode though.
Oh my gosh, it's so 2000s. It's kind of funny actually.
Yes,
Like
it really is.
and I'm like, wow, the 2000s anime aesthetic applied to hentai.
Of course.
Speaking of 2000s anime and hentai, one of the sites I go to, they just put on their front page that one hentai I told you about called I Love You. And I looked at the date and it said
Is that the one we talked about in H2?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like the
Can't believe it's
90s
been
one.
that
And,
long.
and so I watched it and I'm like, it's from 2001. So when I watched it, I was like, damn, this is one of my first ones. I was
Honestly,
into
it was
this?
so much fun
Damn.
watching that like in English, and it was like he's like, I like having sex, and I'm like,
Yeah.
great.
It was a great start.
You can hear. Okay, so here's
I
what's
like
funny is like
having
you can hear
sex.
him like penetrating the girl, and it's like really squishy sounding. He's like, I like having sex in the most unenthusiastic voice ever. I actually like left it in and I put it on H2. Like I put it at the very end. I was just like, cool.
I
thought
like
that was
having
funny.
sex.
I like
yeah,
it.
watching
You
it
know what?
now, I
He
was like,
almost sounds like Crispin Freeman. That's the funny
Yeah.
part. Is like
That
he
is-
almost
It-
sounds
it-
like.
That was
is it him?
I was like wondering. Well, like some English voice actors have almost done porn.
dude. Fan dubbing hentai must be the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, it might be actually. Yeah, I would love to.
Would
just-
you guys wanna
I
do
would love
one?
to direct that stuff. not necessarily voice it, but like direct it. Like, okay, so here's your
Okay, here we go.
motivation. You're getting fucked, right?
I want to
I
be.
want you to sound like you're having a great time.
I want to be the guy who
3, 2, 1,
makes all
action.
the foley for the sound effects that they use in hentai, like the
So
penetration sound.
here's a jar of Vaseline and a hot dog.
yeah, and like the boob flopping around that they also use in DxD, where it's just like someone flapping around like a piece of rubber.
I like, or like the way you described it way back. You just
Oh
get
my
a.
That
You
was
just get
done
a-
so impromptu and perfectly that I'm just
Oh my
impressed.
god, dude!
I was
panic.
born for
Are you?
this.
Do you have a bag of mayonnaise and a sock? Or are you slapping it against the wall?
It's the nutting sound. A tube sock full of mayonnaise. Just smack it against the wall.
Why do I
Unironically,
feel like
that's
you'd
what
be
it
so
sounds
good at
like. I
this?
could send you clips.
Oh, dude, I can buy Viper GTS for $45 on eBay.
Oh fuck!
That's kind of
Like
steep.
a
How
physical
long is it?
copy?
Okay, so
I'd buy that.
I've actually like looked for like buying like like localized hentai like on eBay, like old DVDs, right?
Holy shit! You can
For
buy this?
yeah, you can buy this. Bro, there was like a shit ton of hentai that was just like that was, what's the word,
Sold for money.
licensed back in like the 90s and 2000s, like
Holy
La Blue Girl,
fuck.
right? Like
La Blue
Yeah.
Girl.
yeah, that was a big one.
Vibe GTS.
Kind of big.
Colección Hentai 21 by E-Dad Legal.
What?
E-Dad Legal.
Why does that
That's
sound like a
nasty.
Twitch channel?
That's my new username on everything. E-Dad. Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh my god.
Dude,
So,
I would love to
here's
get a
another-
physical
Dude, oh
copy
gosh,
of...
there's something kind of fun about owning like retro anime,
I
and to an
would
extent,
love a copy of
retro
that
porn.
Kuroinu one.
I like that it's saran wrap. Like it's never been taken out of the
Yeah.
box. Like that's cool as shit.
It needs
Kuroinu
to be
naked,
saran wrap.
sexy naked girl. Dark Elf Queen. eBay.
Sexy
Is
naked
this-
girl.
Oh
hell
my god, a figure?
Where?
Oh my
Where you
god.
buy it?
You won't do
For
it. He won't do it.
$55?
It's kind of steep.
For
You're kinda steep,
for a
dude.
hentai fig?
Thank you.
No. Look at this.
Alright,
Oh.
let me check this out.
Dude.
I like how it
that's
says
pretty
sexy
good.
naked girl. Like that's hilarious.
You know what? I'd probably buy that.
I love her.
That's
That's
kind
the
of
Dark
right up.
Elf
That's
Queen.
kind of right. Yeah, that's right up my alley, baby.
I love that. I love the emoji that they use to like.
Sorry,
censor
I
her.
thought you were talking about figures from like the Viper GTS because I'm like, why would they sell figures of those girls? But that her, I'm like,
Well,
okay,
I mean,
got
they've
you.
had figures of girls for years. Like it's not like. Out.
They could have a figure of
Out
the
of the
main
box.
of Mercedes from that show.
Mercedes. Oh, they have one named Mercedes.
Yeah, she's like the
Interesting.
one in the first episode. Or maybe she's Carrera.
I might have to watch Viper just for the memes.
Just for the memes, yeah. Dude, we
You
need
can also
more,
watch
we
it
need
now.
more info. That too. It's
I feel
not
like
like we're out.
this is as good a place as any to
I need something to
end
do
this.
while I'm quarantined. I'm never getting quarantined because my job is considered essential, and I'll probably
Nice.
be here for
How?
10 weeks.
Well,
I don't
stocking
know.
shelves at hardware store.
Okay. Well, it's
You're
a
still
hardware
you're still
store.
doing it
It's
at night though. Are you interacting with customers? No, right?
Not as much. Well, we close early now.
Good.
So no.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're safe.
So people are
Why
gonna
would I
have to
interact
loot
with
their apocalypse weaponry somewhere.
That's true.
Okay, so if like in a hardware store, I would understand if us staying open during like if we were in a state that experiences hurricanes or tropical storms or natural disasters like that.
Right.
But I don't. And we're in a pandemic, and it's like all the stuff that we have for pandemics has been gone for months. Like I haven't seen anything since like mid-February, or even earlier than that, actually. So I'm just like, why are they keeping us open? You know what's funny? We've actually had record sales lately because people just come in bored with nothing to do. They're just like, oh, I guess.
Well, this is the time for
Wait,
do-it-yourself
why do
projects.
people go into public places with nothing to do? That's the last thing you should do.
Oh, see, you're applying too much logic to this.
Oh, right.
Panic.
My God,
this makes
yeah.
that makes way too much sense. What we should do is actually just go to this hardware store
Just hang
and
out,
touch everything. Yeah,
share drinks,
and bring our
if
kids
possible,
along too.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
run around with our kids like guns and just make them cough on people. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Running around at the scene.
It's funny because
sound.
like there's like 50 confirmed cases in my county, and it's like,
Nice.
yikes, dude.
Oh, dude, I just
Yeah.
read something that said like, if you were feeling kind of sick last week, like warm coffee, stuff like that, you probably had it.
but now
like,
you're
oh,
stronger
but just
than ever.
not
You know,
like
I drink
big
my coffee with
symptoms.
milk, and I drink it like 5 hours cold. Like, I'm good, fam.
I had that. Like, I've been feeling like that for weeks and weeks now.
Oh
Dude,
no.
did you get tested?
No, because it's not critical feeling enough to get tested.
That's how it is
If
in
only
my.
we had a system to where you could just get tested regardless if it's critical or not. Crazy.
Yeah.
That's how it is in my state right now. It's like they won't test you unless you're on death's door, and
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
like,
oh,
I-
And
that's
it's
great.
just like, wouldn't
This-
it be
this just
easier
feels-
if everyone got tested?
This
Because
just
that would
feels
help
like
combat
a
it
mild
so much
cold.
more.
But that's the thing, like, we're coming off of flu season and cold season, so obvious, and like allergy season is in full swing. So I'm just like, dude, everyone's got something.
But the thing is, I
And
went to
you're
Russia. Start of March, I went to Russia for a week with my parents.
Oh no.
And my dad had just. That's another funny thing. My dad
Did
was
you
in.
say hi to Cav?
I wasn't in Moscow, sadly.
Oh no.
But next time.
Hey, Dad, look at me.
We
Hey,
went to
Cav,
St.
look at me.
Petersburg. So going over there through 2 airports, going back through 2 airports, and my dad had almost just been in China.
Oh no.
He almost didn't get into the fucking country. But it was way before the outbreak, though. So he's probably fine.
Dude, how I wonder if that bat tasted really good though.
I bet it tastes fine. I mean, why wouldn't it?
I mean, I bet it was like the best bat ever. It
It's
was like,
just
this
a
is
weird
for
animal, but otherwise I don't see any reason not to
It's for
cook any of it.
humanity. It's just crazy how this is still surreal to me that we're like really on lockdown. And the thing is, I don't like how people are. Well, then again, I guess my mind works differently when people are complaining like, "Oh, I have nothing to do at home. I'm losing my mind." I'm like, dude, I've gotten so much done the past couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's like I think I might
Dude,
be
like, here's the thing.
back
I
and
fucking
Learn to
Switch.
knit something.
Yeah.
I fucking wish I had like all this free time, right? Like there are
Yeah.
so many things I want to do with all this free time. Like, god
Right.
damn it.
For me, nothing has changed. I was unemployed before it started.
Oh, the feel feels bad.
All these
So,
isolated weebs, they're just like, oh,
welcome
there's
to
a
my
pandemic
world.
going on. Well,
You merely
business as
adopted the
usual.
quarantine. I was born in it.
Oh my
Molded by it.
Shut up.
I was born in the quarantine.
Molded by it.
Why do you sound southern?
I was trying to
That's
sound like Bane.
Southern Bane. I was
God, yeah, southern, bro.
You merely adopted the quarantine. I was born in
the
it.
quarantine.
Molded by it.
Oh, God. You're horrible, and you should feel horrible. No, I don't mean that. Gentlemen, it was. I think this is.
Are we gonna call it?
Are you dying? Are you going away?
This is it. This is it, guys. Because I don't know how longer my state will last. It's been a pleasure. No, I don't mean that. I think I'll get through this.
Did you die? Like, dude,
Nah,
what the
man.
fuck? I'm
Well,
starting
like,
to
you
get
know-
concerned, Bacon.
No.
We've
I don't
gone
have anything
for
else,
like
I don't
an
think so.
hour and 20. I feel like this is a good place to call it.
You'll
Yeah.
know that. Let's
So,
keep
yeah.
going. Don't
We-
stop.
How much you want to bet this is the best Nuttcast ever?
There's
probably is.
another season of the Nuttcast has come to a close. Another,
You know, I'm glad that we finally got to do this because, like, I've low-key wanted to be on one, but I'm like, do
I never
ask
and I
Panic
never
to be
knew
one?
because you never tell anybody anything.
I am very ominous, but I'm like, I figured that, like, for the whatever reason, I just had this vibe that Panic just kind of, like, has this all figured out. Like, I just assumed that he was me and that he has this figured out years in advance.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's what
like,
I was thinking too.
Well, I had like a
I
whole
was
guest
like-
sign-up sheet, and there are people who didn't get to be on, but
You have a guest sign-up sheet? I've never seen it.
Look at this.
it's on
dude,
the Nuttcast
man.
server.
Okay, then, well, that
Dude.
explains everything because I'm not in that server.
I mean, next time I could post it in our anime podcast server too, but I wasn't a mod then.
Well, that's the thing
Yes.
is, like, I generally just find guests that I think would be good myself because
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to think I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I'm like, I usually know what I want. I
mean, I
that's
have
kind of
done
my
that
big
too.
problem with sign-up
There are some
sheets.
people where I'm like, okay, yeah, you didn't sign up, but would you like to be on?
Yes. And I thought it'd be a good crossover since you were on H5. I was like, the
It is an
crossover
amazing
we
crossover.
finally-
I never got
It's
to
like
do an
the Jimmy
introduction
Timmy
for this.
Power Hour, right?
But this is gonna be titled Hentai 5.5.
It's fun. Honestly, this will probably have to hold people down for a long... Because H6 is going to not come out for a long time.
It's gonna nut come
Yeah.
out.
I was actually hoping to maybe, like, release it, like, December 29th, 2020. But at this
Damn.
point, I don't know when
don't
there's
know if we're
actually
gonna
going to
make
be
it.
time to film it,
Dude,
right?
can we do
We
like
don't even know if there is going to be another December.
can we do
29th.
a weed cast for 420 2020?
I would have to go buy
you-
some weed. Actually, can I
you
just go
guys
buy
can-
some gummies instead and just have the same experience?
Let me make a drug cast. Everybody can talk about their experience with drugs, which is gonna be probably none.
I'm like, I think I'm the only one who's actually done drugs here, so...
I've smoked weed.
And by drugs, I mean I've just done weed. That's it.
yeah, we.
And that's like baby. That's like baby's first
apologies.
drugs.
I am not a person that does drugs. Apologies.
You know what?
I could be the middle person, be sober.
You could be
and
the
try to
straight
keep these-
man.
I bet we don't
I could
know
try to
it,
see
but I bet
if things,
17
are
is
gonna go.
like all up in. He never
We
talks
gotta
because he's too
appeal to
busy
those like
hunting
we gotta
his next
appeal to
score.
the stoner crowd. Like, yes,
the stoner.
that would be funny.
All right, so
We
top
gotta
10
think about all
anime
these
series to
dude.
watch.
We gotta
for-
boost our numbers, right? Like we gotta appeal to all these different demographics.
So yeah,
the top 10 anime series to watch stoned.
Wait, Panic, should I stop recording?
wait. We were about
I mean,
to sign
wait,
up
hold
and
on.
got sidetracked again. It's
I
like
know.
what
God
Moss
damn
says
it.
his favorite part is the million-year-long outros. But yeah, I wanted to thank you both for coming on, for doing this.
Yeah.
This is fun, man, and I do hopefully want to do a follow up to this when I fully finish.
I'd be down.
Interspecies. Then again, I don't think my thoughts are going to change anytime soon.
If they do, let's say if they do OVAs, then I'll just bring you back if you want.
OVAs
hell
or
yeah.
like let's say like season 2 or a movie's confirmed. I don't know, but
And I
Wait,
could, oh my god, a
this
feature
show's gonna get a
film
movie? That would be crazy.
about fucking
Dude,
the
just-
entire harem.
It's just
dude.
it's just an hour and a half of just titty
Nutting.
fucking. That's
Yeah,
literally.
a
And
fairy
just everyone
body
in the
jobs.
theaters, everyone in the theaters just fapping.
Oh,
Just
dude,
fuck,
movie
yes.
quality boobs. Fuck.
Whatever happened to porn theaters?
Whatever.
You know, I
happened
miss the
to
porn. I don't know if I miss it, but I miss the idea of porn theaters because that's
Right.
kind of cool.
Because
Or you
that's
see
what
movies with,
ruined
like the
Pee
X
Wee
rating
Herman's
back in
career.
the 70s.
It's like everyone's just cheering. Yeah, nut on her face.
Fuck
yeah.
They're like, yes.
And they're screaming in terror when there's like a close up of a butthole.
Like you see a close up of the dude's.
Oh my
butthole,
God.
you're like, whoa.
That's another
I'm like,
tangent.
no!
Just all right. I'll have to keep you for just a bit more. You know
That's
Kichi
fine.
from the server, right?
Yeah, I know Kichi.
Super wholesome.
Yeah.
This morning, she sent me like you remember in H5 we talked about a bingo sheet for porn.
Yes. Did she
She
have a
made
bingo
one.
sheet? Oh my god.
Oh, shout out
I didn't
to
know
Kichi.
Kichi. I didn't know Kichi had the horny. Jesus Christ.
I'm putting her on blast here. I'm posting it here. H5 bingo.
me check
Oh
this.
my god.
There wasn't
the
enough
free
space
space-
like 5x5.
Okay,
but
the off centered free space is kind of like, oh damn it, but okay, I
it kind
see
of
it.
kills me.
No, that's
but,
actually like super dang.
but it is super
God
dang,
dang it.
right?
Cream pie.
It's kind of
cameraman
small, to
talking.
be honest. Like, it's a little. I was
Calling
hoping
you
it'd
out,
be kind of
Kichi.
bigger.
Heard it here.
Oh, nice couch.
First, everybody
Oh my
shat
God.
on Jack's list, and then Kichi's flying, and now Kichi's.
Yo, we
Porn
need to
bingo.
patent this. Oh my god.
Right. Like we need
And
to
we have
come.
to
We
actually
need to
pull-
come up with
we should-
9 more spaces.
9 more spaces, and we need to actually like.
See,
Play
Macon,
it.
this is why I wanted to have the normal and sexy props. You know?
Okay. We'll discuss.
Oh, can
more
you
later.
print this out and have it on like a big board?
Yes.
do a live watch of a random video that someone sent us and just see?
H6 is just Bacon and I just live streaming porn, and we're reacting to it.
Like cheering, you just see the backs of you.
You know, if this pandemic becomes that, we might have to just do that. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't be against it.
I can't
Like,
say
this
much.
is-
I can't say much about H6 because we're still recording. So I'm like, I
you
gotta
guys
be, like,
streaming
careful.
porn and playing Animal Crossing.
Oh gosh, that is.
I love
The most-
playing Animal Crossing. I've actually been playing this entire time.
Can we get some more Animal Crossing streams?
I could.
Yes,
I
I
could
would
put one
like
up
to
later
be on
on.
them because they're comfy.
I would.
Well, dude, I could show you my island. I've made a lot of progress so far.
Well, yeah, I want to see your island.
Yo, bust it wide
Alright.
open for a real one.
I need to.
later
I need
on,
to add you on Switch, but oh my god, we need to get.
We
we'll
actually
end
have to
this.
stop. This is the longest Nutcast.
This has been a
ever.
7-minute outro and probably the longest Nutcast ever.
7-minute nut. Oh
Yeah.
god, it must be painful.
Another season of Nutcast come to an end. Another show come to an end. I'll probably be back with another season of this in
But
summer.
they don't
'cause-
stop coming, and they don't stop
Don't
coming.
stop
and
coming.
They
They don't stop coming.
and
They don't stop coming. Somebody wants a mom spaghetti, mom spaghetti. Alright,
Yeah, in summer there's gonna be
thanks,
2
Panic.
candidates for Nutcasts. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick, but yeah, see you everybody, and thank you so much for
All
watching.
right, see you, everybody.
Thank you, Panic.
Bye everybody.
This was essentially H5.5.